Bitch, are you jealous?
Oh shit, here we go again.
Good day, good night. And I make mad beats live from outer space. UNAPOLOGETIC studio, and this is another episode, last episode of the year, last few days of the year, 2023. Tight beat on deck. And my cast today is
Unique.
C Major.
Kid Maestro.
Indeed, indeed. And today we got some pretty interesting topics to discuss, a few interesting things to discuss. Things I'm surprised that even we got to discuss. But that's part of the conundrum. I want to inform the people.
Ooh, conundrum.
Well, we're going to start off with just this one topic. We're going to get this out of the way. Bro, what's up with these companies not paying niggas?
Yeah, bro.
Either not paying niggas
or waiting a long time.
Like net 30, net 60, net 90.
60, bro.
Bro, folks just making up terms. You know, here's what I think, bro. And this is going to sound kind of dark. I be thinking these companies just want you to die before they got to pay you.
You ain't lying.
I feel like they just be like, yeah, something might happen and we ain't got to. What's the point? Like,
because when you do pass away,
you know what I'm saying? They figured, all right, we got to pay, you made it, you know what I'm saying? But if something happened, like, y'all ain't going to be thinking about that $2,000 or whatever. Like,
let's take it further. Let's say that they waiting. Nah, they ain't even waiting. They giving a nigga 90 days to come and kill you, bro.
Man, we getting real deep right now.
They giving net 90s and then they send a nigga out to shoot you.
okay.
Or they poison your food.
You see, if that was the case, I feel like niggas would be getting paid way higher bags. You know what I mean?
Niggas would get what?
I feel like what you're owed would be like way higher numbers. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean?
Then they really because they ain't trying to pay that shit for real.
Yeah, and they want you to feel as good as possible. Like, oh yeah, you got, you know what I'm saying? Just wait on it. You got something coming. You got something coming. Exactly. Yeah, bro. I just be feeling like if you ain't gonna say nothing, they ain't gonna say nothing. That's really how I be feeling. You know what I'm saying? Like, so.
Nah, that's crazy.
That shit is, and so they just make you like, why would somebody have to ask you to pay them for a service that's already done? That's the most fucked up part about it. I did the work and then I gotta wait a month before a nigga pay me. When I can just do a session and get paid when it's like I feel like,
did they get what they paid for?
I feel like smaller businesses, in my experience, smaller businesses just understand and pay me way quicker than motherfuckers that whatever they pay me don't mean shit to them. No way. It'd be like a drop in the bucket to them. Like, just give me my shit before I do it. The work already been done. Like, you came to me because the work is already gonna be like, we could do half and half, but really y'all can just pay me my shit up front and then I do it. Like,
y'all got the money to sue me.
Got the money if I don't do it.
Facts.
Like, come on, bro. Give me my money, bro.
No, that's it. I mean, I'm also dealing with a few adjustments here. But yeah, man. I have obviously, damn.
Man said, let me tell you how I feel. Yeah, I mean,
I mean, you know, I've definitely dealt with, versions of this issue many times. Sadly, now, okay. So to get to like the direct question,
Yeah.
the net 30.
Yeah, you
net
got inside
25,
information.
Yeah, net 60. Like when you're dealing with organizations they go through hundreds to thousands of transactions a day, right? Like there's literally just a queue, like, and they're giving themselves the buffer time to accurately handle, notate, and distribute your money, because there might be 8,000 people who need to get paid at the same time. You know what I'm saying? And so it actually makes more sense to me when bigger companies move slower. It's because
You got so many people.
yeah, there's just a lot of things that have to happen. You know what I'm saying? But I'll tell you one thing though, and this is maybe that's why YouTube wasn't working today. You know what I'm saying?
spilling the secrets.
Let's do it. We keeping it real. All right, bet. Like, we've worked directly with YouTube on a couple of projects before in the last couple of years. And one of the things that has been incredibly interesting about working with YouTube or getting paid by YouTube is that, they'll say, what is it, like a net 60, net 30 or something like that?
Damn, it was net 60?
It was wild. It might have been like a net 45.
Yeah,
right?
45.
But like, I remember, and we still have the emails. I'm not making up nothing. I can post screenshots. I don't think that it's that. I don't know if they waiting on you to die, but there is some intent behind making you wait to save them money. So, for example, I got an email from them. Right, we were supposed to get paid. Can we just keep all the way live on how much we? Right,
Come
we're
on,
supposed to get paid like 5 figures. You know what I'm saying? By YouTube, man, and maybe like a week, maybe like 2 weeks after the service we provided for YouTube was done, I get an email saying, "Hey, this is I can't remember if it was net 30 or net 45, net 30 or net 45 scenario, but you can get your money earlier if you take this reduction in payout."
Wow.
Right?
Oh, hell no, bro. You didn't tell me this.
I'll show you right now.
Bruh.
Me and Marie had a long, about this. Absolutely. They was like, all right, bet. We owe you this. All right. I mean, you can wait on this, or you can just take this right now.
Nah, that's the real.
After you already did it.
Damn, that's so ruthless. I almost respect it.
I don't respect that shit at all.
I almost respect it, bro.
It makes sense.
That's crazy.
Now, I don't think that is the onus of, because I've been in these situations enough to where, like, that's not happened the majority of the time. In fact, that was the only time anything like this ever happened. But, like, I really think it's just big companies having to process a lot, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And that's just really, you just end up in a queue waiting to get paid.
Yeah. I feel that, but also, like, if that's the case, why not start the net early? Like, all right, most of the time these jobs are well in advance to where it's like, all right, we're talking about doing this thing, we're going to pay you this amount. This thing doesn't happen until about 30 days anyway. Let's start the net right where the conversation starts.
Exactly.
So after it's done, by the time it's done, all that paperwork, all that stuff is, why does the net start after? I've never, or maybe I'm wrong, maybe there are times where the net does start, but every time I've done it, the net starts after the work is done, which is fucking crazy.
So I've definitely been in scenarios where, so even with YouTube, the first time we did it, we didn't have to wait as long because the people at YouTube were like, yo, go ahead and get those invoices in early, even before the service had happened. You know what I'm saying? And so I guess just because the people at YouTube understood the process, they advised us to move swifter.
Yeah.
The second time around, we couldn't. There was something like a delay. Now you got to wait until this to submit your invoice. But the first time they did, they started getting that earlier. You know what I'm saying? And then, you know, maybe a week or two afterwards, we got paid.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I mean, I think, but I also think, like, at the end of the day, even if that wasn't the case, you know, you're a guy, I think these companies understand their leverage, right? I think they understand, like, this might annoy you, but you feel so blessed to get this money or to be able to say that you did this or whatever it is, that you're going to be more patient than you should be or would normally be, you know, and that's what they're betting on. You know, at some level, they're betting on your own desperation.
Yeah.
Man, I feel like, okay, so two things. You know, they're waiting on something to happen to you so they don't have to pay it out. I think that's totally valid. But, you know, a little bit more acceptable and reasonable, less conspiracy theory, is I always thought that they did that because they were using that money elsewhere. Like, you know how they say use that so you can,
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So they trying to hold on to it as long as possible because they got that money tied up in things that make them money.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Just like a bank. Like if you have 50 G's in the bank,
You ain't got
you can't just go to the bank and let me get 50 G's. They're going to be like, we need 72 hours.
Facts.
What? You got
Give me my shit. Give me my shit right now.
Like, that's facts.
Yeah, so that's one of the more reasonable reasons I thought they did that. But I don't know. It's just it kind of sucks because, like, I don't know. I feel, of course, there's like the personal money management side of things, but like if you get paid like a lump sum and then you just don't know, and you just don't know when your next check comes, or you do some work expecting to get some money and that money is like 60 days later, like by the time it comes,
it don't
you
matter.
done took out so much credit card debt, which is charged on interest. That should be gone.
It be gone, and you still be fucked up.
I swear to God.
Still be fucked up.
That's, I mean, all right. So I talked about the specific question. Now let's talk about the general idea of artists getting paid 7,000 years later. You know what I'm saying? You know, this is, man, I could literally take up this whole stream talking about this, because there's like a real social and cultural element that allows us to get paid significantly different. I think the thing that always gets me about this dynamic is that the people who we're waiting to pay us are getting paid while we're not getting paid, right? And they expect you to be patient without a foundational principle basis of why you should be.
Right.
Meaning, like, every 2 weeks, they get their check. If they had to wait randomly 4 weeks for a check, they would go ballistic, right? But for some odd reason, it is okay and a societal norm to make you wait just because you work for yourself, right? Like, and probably because they feel like you don't have a scary representative that would change this dynamic, right? And it's funny because I don't even think most people or companies that do this intentionally or maliciously. I just think that they think this is how it is.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it is okay for these people who we know significantly struggle way worse than we do having jobs. Because, come on, artist is synonymous with struggling artists. Right? When you think of an artist on the ground, if that person's not famous, you know this person barely making it. Right? But for some cultural norm here, for some reason, people don't feel as bad about making suffering people continue to suffer. Like you for some reason, there's some reason that it's okay to allow these people, because man, they got a good opportunity. Now you just gotta just be patient.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
bro. So we know niggas on these sides of the game. We know the artist side. We know the businesses niggas work with. We know the trying to help out folks. And bro, like, I feel like that same, like, the same place that, like, almost savior complex. I don't even want to make it that extreme, but the same place that makes a person feel like they gotta, like, build something to create an opportunity to help artists or whatever. Like, if unchecked, that's the same, like, mentality that, like, in your subconscious you believe you're above. So you're extending a hand down, and you're gonna do things to reinforce that identity, and that way you see this relationship. One of the ways you might subconsciously do that is move with a lack of urgency and getting paid, because you have that leverage of being the one that provides that good opportunity. You know what I'm saying? And so, like, I agree, it probably don't be, like, intentional and malicious, but it is something I feel like good intentioned people will probably find themselves doing often, because they truly feel like they're better than you. You know what I mean? They feel like they are above you. And those little power things reinforce that dynamic.
Yeah,
that's right.
That's like that's the whole, like, classism culture, like the rich get richer type shit. Like they don't, it's just like they don't have no type of, they not even understanding what struggle is. Like, they just up there, like they said, they get paid, they do whatever they want. They not even realizing, like, nigga, my rent was due this much. Like, you don't even have to worry. Like, when was the last time you even, made sure your rent was paid? Like, you just know that's automatic shit to them. Like,
and then it goes, like, if you think about the other dynamic, you get people that do understand, that do come from that, they get to a position, right? And, like, just to be fair, like, that'll have you overextending, right? That'll have you fronting money before you, like, all right, you get paid when we get paid, but we ain't got paid yet. You know what I'm saying? And then like, and I'm not saying that's necessarily wrong, but it can get out of control real quickly.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's those subconscious things where you see yourself on the, on that same level. But I think that's way better than moving slow, you know what I'm saying, on people's, like, payments. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. It's just, I honestly have no idea what to do about it, but some niggas might, you know what I mean?
Some niggas might.
Some governmental, you know what I'm saying, type niggas might have ideas.
Bro, what are you proposing, bro? Why you looking at me like that? Proposing wild shit on public platforms.
You know what I mean?
All right. So hold on. I'm a, you know what I'm saying, like, is it like one thing I love to do is, like, I don't really believe, and it's not that I don't want to believe, I don't really believe in, like, things happening in high places becoming culture before there's some sort of social and on the ground pressure, right? I've never knocked on a door and gotten something I wanted to get. I usually had to stir up a problem or disrupt, frustrate somebody, annoy somebody, anger somebody before people did what they were supposed to do in the first place. And so, I'll go ahead and talk about it now. You know what I'm saying? I went through something a few times this year, providing services for companies and businesses, and for some odd reason getting paid like I didn't. You know what I'm saying? Or not getting paid, or getting paid like people are just taking their sweet time while they enjoy life. You know what I'm saying? As if I don't have a son that needs, things, in a timely manner. As if I don't run a business that needs to understand when its revenue will happen and to be able to strategize around that. You know what I'm saying? And so, some reasons those things happen are understandable, right? And some aren't.
Right.
Some are just like, no, you're just playing.
Right.
You're playing with me, and you're doing exactly like kid did. You think you're doing me a favor, right? And that is the wrong attitude to approach any artist with. But if I'm gonna be 1,000 with y'all, that is an extremely wrong idea to approach I Make Mad Beats with, because you ain't doing me a motherfucking favor.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, I began to think about what is the long-term solution for not just me, but like artists like me all across the world, all across the city, and specifically because like I know the mayor. You know what I'm saying? Like I know the mayor. I know so many people in places of influence in the city, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, right? But 99% of artists here do not. You know what I'm saying? And like, what is how do they deal with these scenarios, right? Everybody loves to say, this is the thing that everybody says where they feel like they can leave this topic alone because it's already been covered. People be like, well, yeah, man, just put that in the contract. Renegotiate your contract, right? If you need to get paid by a certain time, put that in the contract. You need to get paid a certain amount, put that in the contract. Everything you want, blah, 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 put that in the contract. Yeah, that's a great idea. I mean, that's obviously, put that in the contract. That makes sense, right? Cool. Yo, only people in a privileged position understand how meaningless that is to someone who does not have the capital to enforce said contract. Right? Like you're asking somebody who probably makes less than $19,000 a year to hire somebody playing a position that's one of the most highly paid positions in this country. Right? You're asking somebody to use the little time they barely have, because remember, they got to bust their ass for ridiculous hours for the whole year just to make this little $19,000. We got kids too, you know what I'm saying? And you asking them to do all of this stuff to get some money they were supposed to get. They got to go and find a lawyer, hire said lawyer. And here's the thing about the music industry. They know this. They know this. Why do you think the entry level producer payment is $5,000? You know why? Even if you're not a known producer, labels have thresholds, right? And they know if this person isn't a known producer, right, you're probably going to get $5,000 and maybe some sort of writer's credit, maybe not, maybe some sort of royalty, probably not. All you're really going to get is bragging rights and $5,000. If you get that $5,000, you know why they do that? Because what it costs for a lawyer to take down a company or to take down a label, right, who has done this, on average, is $6,000. So it makes no sense to hire. You're going to end up losing money. Right. It's a Pyrrhic victory. There's a strategy to this. There's a strategy to not paying artists. You know what I'm saying? And it all starts with the normalcy of, well, as long as you got a contract, you should be good. No, you're not.
Right.
If you don't have the means to enforce said contract, that contract means nothing.
If you not the means to enforce that contract, to negotiate the contract.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You're not writing up the contract.
Right,
like they present to you an agreement, and you either got to sign it or you
don't. Go to a lawyer that you have to.
Exactly.
And that's what I'm saying. You're asking poor people to do things not poor people do to protect them. It's like you go into the hood and tell them, well, just get a $2,000 security system. What niggas in the hood can afford that? Like,
that's right.
You know what I'm saying? And so what I suppose we do, right, is that I feel like if we're saying this is Memphis, and Memphis is a music city, that's what we love to say, right? 70% of our economy comes at the hands of tourism on the basis of music.
Yep.
That's what they say. They say music. Okay, cool. So that, you know what I'm saying? What I suggest we have is we have an office here dedicated to enforcing what I call the artist protection policy. I just made up a name. It might not stay that name, but I wrote it out. It's called the artist protection policy. All it really is it's a way for artist contracts to be enforced, or for organizations that don't follow through on contracts to be penalized by the city itself for mishandling artists. Right?
Sure.
So it's as simple as this. Maybe somebody owed me, I did something for somebody, they owe me $1,000. In the contract, it says, all right, bet, you should get paid this $1,000 within 14 days of delivery. Cool. You know, maybe there's some kind of grace period after that. You know, I haven't thought that part through. But after a certain amount of time where you have not received your money, now instead of having to go and get a lawyer, right, you can go to this office in the city, right, report it, bring proof, bring a copy of the contract, anything that shows the agreement, anything that shows the what you guys, how that you actually delivered the product,
Right.
right, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Boom. Now the city has what it needs to send some sort of letter, some sort of notification to this organization and say, hey, you know, you have been fined $100. Right? You have been fined $100. You know what I'm saying? For failure to pay blah, 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 blah. You know what I'm saying? If you can prove your case that either this contract is not what it says, or if you can prove that you've actually paid this person, fine. Then we will reimburse your money. You know what I'm saying? But as of right now, eerily similar to parking in the wrong place, this is a violation
Yes.
of artist code in this city. Right? Now, you know, when you have that in place, right? Now here's the thing. Here's the ultimate shot, right? If a company has to pay that $100, and I'm just saying $100, I don't know what the number is, you know what I'm saying? But if a company has to pay that $100, they're gonna pay it, and then they're gonna pay the artist, because if they don't pay it, 2 weeks later, now it's $250.
Yeah.
Right.
Period. Interest.
Right. And et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, right? Oh shit, we better pay this artist.
Before this.
You know what I'm saying? Now, here's the thing. That $100, that $250, we're gonna make the organizations that treat us terribly fuel the artist community here. That all goes into a pot, right? That is an artist fund to be distributed for a variety of reasons. It can be Music Export Memphis type reasons, where this becomes our tour money.
Yeah.
This becomes our et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. This goes towards an event where we showcase every December or whatever, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
we're gonna let the people that treat us badly pay for
fund
our
this shit.
success,
Yeah.
Period.
right? That's what I propose.
Yeah.
That's what I call the artist protection policy. And some of y'all know, some of y'all don't know. I'm on the transition subcommittee, you know, so, you know.
So these is government secrets.
The artists have a union now.
This fan talk right here.
Period.
But nah, nigga, that shit is fucking genius, dog, bro. Imagine having a show funded off of shit from niggas that didn't pay shit, bro. That'd be a crazy ass
And
show.
having the artist union right
You know
there
what
to
I'm saying?
represent you for real.
I'm just saying, like, I mean, either we're going to get a whole bunch of money from these businesses.
Or niggas gonna get paid.
Yep, that part.
It's a
And
win-win.
we can
One way or
actually
another.
build a life
It's
One
a
way or
win-win.
around getting paid the way we supposed to get paid.
That's right.
Absolutely.
And honestly,
right.
bro, I think, of course, this is a brilliant idea, but I think the real responsibility on the artist side, the real accountability part, right, is the buy-in. Because, like, I think the immediate pushback is the fear factor of, like, blackballing yourself out of the jump for even reporting these companies not paying you. Like, oh, I want them to call me again and all that. But, like, come on, bro. Like, at some point, we gotta, like, take a stand and be like, no, we can't be being treated like this, or we're forever gonna be in the same place where we do some work that we're excited about because we're gonna get some money, and then the money gets delayed to the point by the time we maybe get it, it means nothing, right? It's just getting us back to zero or back to negative -5. You know what I mean? So, like, and that's no way to live. You know what I mean? And we have to, like, do something.
No, I mean, I think you present a very valid point,
Yeah.
right? And that is that, like, if like $1,000 you're supposed to have today, like, if you get it next month, that's not the same $1,000. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
because ain't no telling what you had to do because you didn't have that $1,000.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? And like you mentioned, just like you said, like credit card debt, right? Other scenarios, other things you had to adapt to, you had to pay for just because you didn't have it right now. Like, opportunity cost is a real thing. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I'm saying. These people playing with our lives. They expect us to build. You know, everybody celebrates us when we make it. You know what I'm saying? And all of this stuff, man. But it's like, you know, the people who are supposed to be paying us, you guys live a very stable life and have no problem forcing us to live in instability. Like every second, like that's the thing I hate, and that's the thing I realize, man. Like, I'm gonna be real, man. Like, it's so much in this journey that I've been on, honestly, starting with like unapologetic, and then starting with the belief and the hope of like, wow, man, can we actually own property and build something around a community? You know what I'm saying? You know, but these are all the things that led me to believe, like, or not led me to believe, but led me to really realize there are a lot of norms out here that don't have to be the norm.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
Right? They don't have to be the norm. Like, artists getting paid mad years late and having to, like, that's the thing I hate. I hate that about being an artist. I hate that you gotta work 10 years to get good enough to get an opportunity. Then, even when you good enough, you gotta network your ass off
Literally.
to get an opportunity. Then, once you actually get the opportunity and you fucking kill it, now you gotta threaten somebody's life to get the money you was owed.
Yeah.
I hate that.
Yeah, then niggas would be like, nah, that's the industry. Like, that's the...
From the public having something to say.
Why does it have to be like that, man? I
Facts.
refuse to believe this.
Facts.
Y'all, no, I'm gonna be real. Y'all had me for a minute. Well, that's just the way it is. Fuck that. Nah, man. Nah, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. And if I can change it, I fucking will. Straight up.
That's right.
Yeah, bro. Again, it'd be the people that's getting paid comfortably that just look down on you subconsciously, whether they want to admit it or not. These folks look down on you because if they saw themselves in you, if they saw this as an equal exchange in value, right, then it wouldn't be. And I think that's the thing. Like, the people that work for these companies, like, honestly, I don't believe they even care about the companies. They have no stake in what the company is doing.
Yeah,
They just care about their job.
It's a job.
doing their job.
That's the more important thing. It should just be a job to these. Like,
Literally.
finance departments just be a job to niggas. Like, it don't be no like, well, let me hold this nigga back. It's bruh, I don't feel like doing this paperwork type shit. Like, I gotta do a million of these whatever the fuck paperwork they gotta do for that shit. I gotta do a million of these today. Let me bullshit and do 3 on them and sit on my cell phone or some shit. Like, it really just be a job to these niggas. They don't be understanding, like,
they don't understand the value that was brought to the company. It don't matter to them.
Yeah, and I know cultural.
What's the paycheck looking like?
Exactly.
That should be a department in jobs. Is like what
Bad customer
maybe
service
it is. What is it
type
like?
shit.
Like an artist relations department, like managing the relationship between like companies and artists. I guess they call them lawyers, right? But like that should be a thing. Like if you get scored or evaluated based on the happiness of the people you work with, right? Of your contractors, I bet you some things would change, right?
Yeah, definitely. Especially if those surveys got put to real use for the artists and for businesses and for which business that they want to work with artists and stuff.
Yeah, like if a manager like didn't get a bonus, if 75% of their contractors was unhappy with the way they did business, it would be some cultural changes. So all you CEOs that claim y'all care about artists and claim about y'all care about culture,
Fuck y'all.
maybe that's an idea you might want to implement. You know what I mean?
All right. Let's see what happens. But I'm out here, man. I'm out here. They, as usual, they done pissed off the wrong person. So
Nah, shout out to you. But I mean, like, it's. This is the first time I've experienced this, but I know I don't have to be mad years old to understand how rare it is to have a real advocate and a voice in these spaces, right? Because that's the number one complaint is like the people representing us have no idea what it's like, no idea who we are. They never talk to us, you know, and never nothing. And so, you know, these programs show up that we either don't know about, can't access, or we done aged out of, right? Mm-hmm. And, you know, and it's just a blessing to actually have somebody like that's currently on the ground, currently out here doing it. That's right. That can speak from our perspective, but also not out of desperation. You know what I mean? Like, can really talk the language of you not doing me a favor. I'm not begging you.
Right.
Really express frustration.
My niggas right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
That's
saying?
right.
Like, niggas don't get that. So definitely appreciate you for joining the feds.
For sure.
Join us.
Period.
Yo, that's
I mean, let's find a different way.
infiltrating. You know what I'm saying?
infiltrating the feds. That made it better though. That made it way better.
Well said. Shout out to Cam for taking over the rock.
Yeah.
I rock with that. You know what I'm saying?
That nigga infiltrate.
One step at a time, though. One step at a time.
For sure.
What else we got? What else we got locked in?
Okay, so overall, man, this is a business meeting.
Yeah.
We having a business meeting right now. So we talk about the business of being a producer / engineer. So with that, can't have a business without marketing. So what is the state? What is required? We going into a new year. You know what I'm saying? Everybody, we talked about earlier being intentional, right? So like, what are we being intentional about? And I feel like one thing we got to really be intentional about, you always got to be intentional about if you plan on being a operating business, right, is your marketing, right? Mm-hmm. So I feel like these past 3 years have been so like transitionary. In 2024, do we feel like the landscape has settled? Like, do we have like a plan? You know what I'm saying? What does marketing look like? Or do we think it should look like for a producer going into the next year?
Yeah.
Well, hold on. I think you start that by saying, what is marketing now for a producer?
Yeah. What is? I don't.
Depends on what platform you're talking about.
Yeah.
How you looking at it.
Man.
Well, hold on. Well, that makes me want to go even further back and say, all right, I saw this video that like perfectly explains what is marketing, right? Because it feels like that's what we need to define, right? So like, this one video I saw, it said like, it was saying like, saying you got a show and passing out flyers, that's promotion, right? Saying getting an article in a magazine, that's PR, right? Saying getting your logo right and like putting that up somewhere where it can be viewed and making sure people understand the feel of your product or your identity, that's branding, right? And then all of that strategically wound together over time period, that is marketing, right? So it actually doesn't depend on platform. It includes specificities based on platform, right? But marketing is a grand idea that includes all of these smaller pieces.
Yeah, I feel like all those small pieces has to start with one, which I think is branding, which to me, like I like to look at it, it's easier for me to understand as messaging, right? Like values and what you represent and talking about that. I feel like, in 2016 through like up to 19, like promotion and like advertising were a lot more effective because y'all remember the era where you could like legit just start throwing money at your Instagram post,
at least see your shit,
right? And then it was just you know what I'm saying, that's not the case anymore. And I feel like like the messaging and who you are on a consistent basis, like those micro stories, the daily, I'm doing this is what I think, have become like so important, more important than a product that we think is dope, and then we trying to push that product out without like any sort of backstory, any sort of like relationship with people. Like I feel like that's to me that's where it starts, and I think everything is a fall off of that. So to me, like what marketing looks like is all those things, but I think the opportunity for PR, like, you know, and the opportunity to advertise a thing, right? You have to talk to people you build a relationship with, right? And so, like, finding ways to build a relationship with as many people as are interested, I feel like is the most important thing. And to me, that's what my intention is going into the new year is relationship building. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
So I have somebody to promote to, and somebody to read the PR I get. You know what I mean? Yeah. And when they look in from that PR, there's a community.
Yeah, I feel like, to me, and where my head is now, going into specifically like producer, but engineer as well. I feel like that's the thing. Like, you have to have a brand and you know, a why, and niggas need to know that. But me specifically, I'm delving into sonically a brand, and I think that's like the foundational element of my marketing for next year and my next few years. Like, yeah, of course, I want to talk about who I am, what I fuck with, what I don't fuck with, some of my values and shit like that, and I will. But more than anything, like, I'm spamming sonically who I am in every fucking song I produce, in every beat I make, in every video, even if I am talking. Like, I really learned a lot last year through some of my favorite producers of last year and the year before, is to really, like, not be afraid to, like, smack niggas upside the head with your tags. Like, tag this, tag that. Like, I used to be like, all right, let me hit it one time. Niggas know, all right, bet. But niggas like Pierre, Benny X, like a whole lot of niggas did, like, sonically spam. Like, I don't like you don't even know who Benny X is, right? You can't. If I played you his tag, you would know. But you, like, off top, you really don't know. But I fuck with, like, Pierre. Like, Pierre Bourne is my favorite nigga at that right now. Like, I fuck with the world sonically that he creates, and the brand that he creates sonically that makes me, like, want to go in and learn more, because he's not a very talkative guy. He don't have, like, hella interviews. His Instagram is hella, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he might not have a profile picture for, like, a month, and then when he about to drop an album and shit, you know what I'm saying? But you become a part of that. I became a part of that world sonically before I even knew what he looked like. And then, but the sonics, hearing those sonics over and over and over again in various ways. It wasn't just the Yo Pierre tag. It's like different shit he does every song. I'm like, man, this nigga really built a world sonically that I can get involved with. And I'm so in tune with that world sonically that now I want to know, like, what the fuck else does this nigga fuck with? Like, you know what I'm saying? What you be watching? Like, what you be wearing? Like, what shoes? And then I get into that. And now I'm a fan. Like, I don't know if I'm a super fan. I feel like super fans spend money. I'm a broke fan, so I fuck with the nigga. But I feel like that's how you make super fans.
Super fans spend money. You know what I mean?
I'm a broke fan. You feel me? But nah. So I feel like and I feel like engineers do the same as well. Like what's my TDE nigga name? How the fuck I forget the nigga name, bro? Not Soundwave, the engineer, Mixed by Ali. Like, he definitely has, like, a sonic brand. Like, a lot of engineers, like, famous. And so I feel like I'm delving more into, like, and then, like I said, of course, you definitely niggas need to hear you talk. Niggas need to see your face, especially. What I really, all right, if I can rant for a little bit, what I really don't fuck with now and what I really hate is I miss my time to be the producer that I wanted to be, bro. When I was coming up, if y'all, bro, yeah, it's just crazy now, bro. Like everybody has to be a fucking artist, bro. I don't want to be an artist, dog. Like yes, I make art and I like and that, but I don't want to talk. I don't want to have to show niggas. I don't want to have to be in front of niggas. I don't want to have to go shake hands. I don't want to have to kiss babies. Like, fuck all that shit. I just want to sit in the studio with my head down and make beats. A nigga don't even gotta, like, I've done sessions where I don't even talk to the nigga. Like, we don't even gotta chat, bro. like I'm cool. Like, this is what it is. Like, no, not that I don't like niggas. Like I'm cool with people, but the producer I wanted to be. If y'all seen Genius, if y'all seen Kanye when he was in that, you know, mid-ass New York apartment getting money,
that episode, I remember.
You know what I'm saying? He had just had Joel. See, I feel like he had just did H to the Izzo for Hove and all that shit. And he was, like, depressed, like, cause he wanted to be a fucking artist. He wanted to be Kanye West, like that. But nigga, if that was me, nigga, that apartment would have been my whole fucking life, nigga. Like, I'm good, nigga. I just got $50K for a beat. This nigga actually getting paid, bro. If you see the apartment this nigga was in New York, food, that nigga was getting money. Like, you was straight, bro. But you know, because niggas want, you know, niggas had big aspirations. And I fuck with it. Like, I fuck with a nigga that want to be. But that I feel like that year, whatever that year was in that documentary for you, I feel like that was like the end of that type of producer. Like, after that, you had to have a name. Niggas had to know who you were. Like, niggas, everybody. And I'm like niggas knew who Ye was in the industry, but now, nigga, take Keith, you got to go to a club and do a DJ set. Like, you got to host parties, you got to do all this shit just for a nigga to fuck with you on the beats. And I never wanted to do that, and I respect it, and I'm gonna play the game how I want to play it. But I really feel like I missed the time period of the producer I want to be, and so now I'm structuring my shit to kind of still do what I want to do, but also play that same game. But I say all that to say, I think sonically that's how some of my favorite producers are playing that game without actually having to play that game. Like I said with Pierre and Benny and them niggas, like even like Alan Ritter niggas, like niggas he don't work with like Wonder Girl, like all of these people are my types of niggas, like. And then Kenny Beats gets on the further right side of it, like that's the furthest, like he's still doing what he wants to do, how he wants to do it, but he is a face. And then who I think Illmind was on the right side of it, but now this nigga, like, I don't know, I fuck with Illmind, but some of that shit be getting like annoying now. It's like, damn, bro, like kind of chill, and no disrespect to him, like he done so much for, you know, the community, all of that shit. Like,
you mean chill on being like the spokesman, like
yeah. I don't. Matter of fact, I don't mean chill, but for me personally, like do it. That's what he want to do. Like, do what you want to do. Like, you got aspirations, do whatever the fuck. But for me personally, that shit be kind of getting like annoying. Like, damn, bro, like you know, I just be wanting to make beats. Like, I just be wanting to make songs, make records, like make impact that way. But I understand that, like, that shit, that type of producer don't really exist no more. So. But I said, that just went on a long ass rant to say, like, that's what I'm focusing on. Like, Sonic is that brand, like, sonically.
Yeah, man. I don't think people would believe that I too feel the exact same way.
Yeah.
And I think it's because I've developed like a brand. You know what I'm saying? Like, I bit the bullet, you know what I'm saying? And I said, all right, bet. You know what I'm saying? Like, because I don't, you know, big shout out my brother, Midas the Beast. You know what I'm saying? Like, when I moved to New York, my goal, honestly, the goal was for both of us to move to New York. And my goal was to stay in the background. You know what I'm saying? I make mad beats yet. I was just Nemo, you know what I'm saying? And I never planned on like, ooh, Nemo, the producer. Nah, I just wanted to find a really dope artist. And that's still my goal, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Find one really dope artist that like I can help craft the sound of. And I don't even mean from the perspective of just making beats. Like, to me, the greatest example of my job, the job I've always wanted, is 40.
Yeah.
40 from Drake OVO, you know what I'm saying? Like, because here's the thing, is Drake gets beats from a lot of producers, but it is 40's responsibility to make sure that all production that enters the Drake world fits Drake. Yeah. Like, you know, he's that visionary, intentional mindset from an engineer perspective and a producer perspective that like crafts the sound of Drake, you know. You know, and that's what I want it to be, because I have skills and I have a love for my skills in both the producer world, the beat making world, and in the sound crafting world. You know what I'm saying? But no, like, you know, like C. May said, you know what I'm saying? Like, once, like, it's hard to build something that sustains if you're not a brand. You know, if you're not, if you don't have people just looking out for you. You know what I'm saying? And so I was kind of forced to become I Make Mad Beats. You know, I never planned all of this stuff. And the same thing with Unapologetic, you know what I'm saying? Like, I thought, you know, when I found Cameron Bethany and and pro and awesome, you know what I'm saying? I thought that this was going to be a clear and obvious way for me to just go back to the background. You know what I'm saying? Because these guys are amazing. They're young. They have energy. They're polarizing in whatever it is that they do. And I can get back to what I was destined to do, which is be in the background. And I'm going to skip past a whole bunch of stuff, but I will let you know that was not the case. And me trying to do that, be in the background, not only did not help my business, it hurt it, right? And it let me know again, a big part of what we're doing, especially because we're coming from a place, we're starting from the ground up, is that everybody has to have a brand that can individually draw people in.
Yeah.
Right? Like we're not beating people with multi-million-dollar budgets and all this other stuff.
Yeah,
starting on the ground, and like 2/3 of us are just in the background. Like that's just not gonna work.
Yeah.
All right.
You know, and for somebody like me, who has a resume in this game, knows how to talk about why we do what we do, I super can't be in the background. Yeah. And so I had to continue. You know what I'm saying? The external priority of marketing. I make mad beats I mean, I'm always going to be an artist. I'm always going to do artist things, but I knew I had to take on. I couldn't just be in the background. What I think it looks like in 2024 for me, to be quite honest, is that I'm giving away all the secrets today. Over the last year and maybe 3 months, over the last 15 months, I've been developing and refining we call it the marketing engine. And it's essentially our way to have an in-house marketing machine where a good chunk of it is automated, and eventually I'm going to have to hire somebody to run it. But a good chunk of it is automated, and it allows for us to find out who is interested in us, and then retarget and repurpose content in a way that consistently communicates and keeps people engaged with us through a variety of means. Yeah. And the way that I did it specifically for a label, I've never seen it done before. Every time I explain what it is, people tell me I've created a marketing company. So let's see what happens. But for me, it is just running that machine.
For me, I will say branding. But I feel like I've branded myself in a way to where I have a solid foundation of where to go, like what direction I want to take. Marketing for me as a producer right now just more so looks like introducing the world, introducing myself to the world as a producer. I more so like produce myself as a crafter and a singer, as an artist or whatnot. But like a lot of my stuff here lately that has music behind it, like especially like my videos and stuff like that, like I've been producing myself. But no one will know that if I don't, market myself as a producer. So, or even brand myself as a producer. But I'm also like learning the balance between it all because I can produce and be the artist at the same time. So it's kind of going to be a challenge for me, like, because I'm used to either doing one or the other. So it's like doing both of them. I really want to find like I have the brand. Okay, how can I show like who I am and how I roll and what I believe in the music that I make. Of course, I can say the words and stuff like that, but I also want my production to, project who I am as an artist, as a creative, as unique.
Yeah, you do a lot of things too that I think can fuel one thing. Like you, not only can you produce and sing and record the song, you can make the outfit for the video. Like it's just a lot of things you can do that can fuel like one center goal. I think you got a lot of like tools to work with. It's crazy, and you're crazy talented in all of those tools. It's crazy.
Man, just to be transparent, like I always gotta. This is just a joke. I always gotta bring it back to the push 3. You know what I mean?
Here we go with this shit.
So
bro.
I recently got the push 3.
We know, nigga.
And I've been making beats this month. You know what I mean? And you know it just presents a lot of limitations that I'm leaning into. And one of the things that I've been noticing is the stuff that I've been making. Some of it reminds me a lot of things that I was making. Like it just kind of has like a similar identity to things I was making earlier in my career. Like when I first started sampling in general, around the time I first moved here, and and I was excited about that. And I feel like it's kind of it's giving me like a momentum that I feel like I'm ready to take advantage of going into this next year creatively. But I feel like it's sort of an analogy of kind of how this past year was, where like the need for branding and marketing and the business talk has been like, it's been heavy this year, heavier than I think it has been for me in previous years. And somewhere along the way, just to be honest, I think I got sucked into swallow. You got swallow. I got swallow.
Have you ever been swallowed? Yo, you crazy.
I got swallowed into.
He said it again. I got damn. No,
into like ideas or methods of how you're supposed to do it, right? I feel like I really don't believe I lived in the fact that like this is like at the end of the day creativity, and a nigga can break the rules. To, you know what I'm saying? Like niggas don't have to accomplish.
That's what I'm learning.
You know what I'm saying? Facts. Walk the beaten path, right?
Yeah.
And I think the anxiety around like being kind of far behind in some of the branding things that I felt like I needed to be at this point, and the real world implications of that, right? Like we just spend a lot of time like talking about getting this money and getting paid. Like those are real things that I'm going through as well. I feel like that I allowed that to rob me of the creative energy that the opportunity to put creativity into solving those problems. And I feel like for a lot of the year, I was just thinking about ways that it's been done and all the ways that I don't want to do it those ways or be that kind of person or whatever, and just feeling conflicted of these opposites that I don't have to be. Like niggas, we are creatives, right? We can literally make the world we want to exist in, right? And that's our job, even particularly on the branding and marketing and promotional side. And that was the spirit of all of this in the beginning. And I feel like my music reflected that energy, and the content I made reflected that energy. And just, after the pandemic, you know what I'm saying?
Niggas got desperate, bro.
It was just exactly.
Bro, nobody makes their best decisions inside of desperation. Yeah. And that's what happened.
You got to remove the desperation, man. Which is tough as fuck. It's like the hardest thing to do. Niggas don't talk about that.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's I couldn't agree more with Kid on the effects of, trying to, and then there's always the pressure of feeling like you're running out of time on something, and, just how those anxieties play into, like, you deciding to seek externally what to do. And once you decide to do that, then, I mean, you're going to end up in line doing what everybody else is doing and feeling like you have to be doing what everybody else is doing to succeed. And that is just very anti-us. It's very anti this company. It's very anti the energy that started all of this and how we got here even. So, you know, every once in a while, it's cool to, like, just audit yourself, realize, we got caught up in the game, you know.
Yeah,
they got me. You know what I'm saying? They got me. Yeah, I mean, I think I think me and Kid, we were talking about something like this maybe yesterday or the day before yesterday, where, you know, I was talking about how if you're in any sort of entertainment, how, like, the biggest gravitational pull is this idea that you have to be doing something, or you have to be creating whatever you're creating for kids. You know what I'm saying? And that, like, no matter, you know, at some point, you know, you're gonna deal with the gravitational force of, like, you know, the anxiety of the fact that asking yourself, are you appealing to 17-year-olds? You know what I'm saying? And 15-year-olds. And if you feel like you aren't, oh, well, there's a huge problem.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, and that's, I just think that's like, you know, those are expired ideas. And I think, you know, it takes a while to remember, like, there are whole grown-ass artists who kids ain't never heard of that have very successful careers, you know what I'm saying, and continue to thrive and grow and find new opportunities. But, like, you know, you don't always, and I'm not, let me be clear about something, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm literally making lullabies for kids, so like, I'm not anti-making stuff for the kids, you know what I'm saying, at all. But I'm just saying, like, if you're 32 years old and you want to make something for grown people, like, you shouldn't feel like you're not going to succeed in the music industry just because you refuse to make music for 14-year-olds. Like, no, there's absolutely lanes for you. It's just a matter of what you're willing to do to get in front of the people who are going to be most interested in you. Simple as that.
Man, this is a bit of a tangent, but I think it slick applies. I think, like, the dope other part of that, like when you turn the corner, I'm not the kid no more. I'm a grown ass man doing grown ass shit. Do y'all remember the Jay-Z joint? What was the album that came on all the cell phones and shit? Magna Carta Holy Grail. The promo for that. Yeah, you too. that nigga got a bag out this shit. But the promo in that joint, I always, like, go to this clip in my head, bro. You know, the promo for this joint was crazy because it was like he was playing all the, like, Timberland joints they did, the Pharrell joints, the Holy Grail joints. But it's a clip in there where he's just talking to them. I think he like talking to Timberland and Pharrell, and it's Rick Rubin. He's like, yeah, nigga, it's the wild, wild west out here. Like, niggas think they can do whatever. They need some rules. They need some structure to this shit. And then a song just play after it. And I always thought, like, the audacity for this nigga to think they're like, but that's the other side of the game. Like, yeah, we talking about all the freedom. Like, we ain't got to follow rules and shit. But the other side of the game is this nigga, like, I'm about to put some borders up, nigga. Like, niggas is doing too much. Like, I'm the nigga that I'm the law, nigga. Like, I'm the staple. Like, I'm the one that make this shit. Like, all right, it's the wild streaming and took over all this shit. Ain't nobody saying Rick, like, it's crazy. Instagram, I think that was, like, the beginning of, like, they weren't the beginning, but, like, social media was going crazy at that time. Like, and that nigga was like, nah, nigga, like, like, hold on, like, let me slow this shit down. Like, let me post a nigga up and fade away type shit. A slick tangent, but I just always thought that was, like, a dope ass, like, other side. That's to have the freedom to be able to think like that is crazy to me. Like,
yeah. Absolutely. Yeah, man. Well, I mean, I think I'll say this too real quick, man. Like, just to end this marketing, part. Like, this year we saw, like, concerns for hip hop and the current state of hip hop and whether or not it was still selling or as attractive of a product as it used to be. All of that, right? And I'm gonna be real, bro. Like, I'm enjoying that. I'm enjoying the discomfort that idea is creating. I'm enjoying the fact that it's making people get back to, like, all right, hold on, we got to figure out how to be creative and innovative with this. You know what I'm saying? But more importantly, I'm gonna be honest, like, that that side of like, is it as popular as it used to be and blah, 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 it's on decline. Like, that's not, like, I want to be clear about something. That's not for like J. Cole. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not for Dot. You know what I'm saying? Like that's for like, you know, the part of hip hop that is, you know, kiddie consumed. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, like let's be clear, like in the 60s and 70s, you know, when Stevie Wonder and, you know, Michael Jackson were popping, you know what I'm saying? Like, there was a whole bunch of things that were very unique and specific to that era that nobody plays anymore. But they still play Stevie Wonder and Michael Jackson, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, like, you know, and there's whole genres or subgenres of music that have died, you know. But the people in them that weren't playing to trends, that had genuine skill and created genuine music that affected the way people thought in their lives, lived forever. You know, like it didn't need a genre's popularity to survive. You know what I'm saying?
What's that nigga at the beginning of Pound Cake by Drake?
Yeah.
Only real music's gonna last.
All the other bullshit.
Hit today and go in the mall.
Man, I'm telling you.
That's it. So
For real.
So I'm cool with that. Like, I don't mind. I mean, I'm gonna be honest. Like, hip hop being the #1 joint, like, that was a great braggable stat.
Yeah.
Especially for your parents who was like, this ain't gonna last.
Yeah.
Like,
Fuck you say that.
Yeah, that was a great braggable stat. Damn,
Period.
You got square with your pops. Y'all niggas got squaring up with y'all pops.
Fuck you say that? My dad was on hip hop, man.
Yeah, my pops was too, so I ain't got to square with mine. But don't say
my dad was definitely on some like, man, hip hop ain't gonna last. You know what I'm saying?
I couldn't even listen to that shit.
But yeah, you know, it was a great stat to show the power of street black culture. You know what I'm saying? Urban black culture. I don't really be using that word urban.
Urban is crazy.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But I figured y'all might understand that better.
That's that Fed
you know,
talk.
you know what I was thinking last night? I was telling somebody last night. I was like, yo, I was just thinking about this, like, you know, like the effects of like literally, you know, the most popular music of the 60s, 70s, and 80s having like maybe 30 to 40 words in them. And then the most popular music of the 90s and the early 2000s having hundreds of words in them.
That's
right. And how, you know what I'm saying? Like I was thinking about that the other day. Like, I was playing some Wu-Tang and I was listening to Raekwon. And I was just thinking, like, this is a song from like 30 years ago, and I still know every word to this song. And it wasn't a single, it was just a song off of Only Built for Cuban Links. It was just a song, you know what I'm saying? Right. And I was just sitting there thinking, like, yo, when I memorized this song hundreds of words as a kid, you know. But if I was born 20 years before that, my favorite song would have been like 23 words.
Yeah, bro.
And they would have been singing one word. Oh, yeah. That was all 2 words. Like, in that same time span in rap, somebody that told a whole story of getting jacked, shot, running down the street. Like,
I always felt like singing Johnson was like way easier, like to be a songwriter, bro.
Absolutely.
Didn't even
Like,
have to
nobody
rhyme.
wants to talk
really.
about it anymore.
Damn.
Just do that.
So y'all saying them niggas jobs was easy?
I'm just saying, like
Even with R&B, they don't say that much on R&B no more like that.
You saying R&B easy as fuck? Them niggas weak.
If I
we
wanted
can hell.
If I wanted to, like,
Damn.
if I was in a speed writing competition, I'm not gonna pick a rap song.
That's it. That's it.
You saying that shit remedial, bro?
Hey, especially from back then with the 3 verses.
Come on, here with the 5-minute intro.
Yeah,
Come
3
on.
verses don't exist no more.
Yeah.
You got talk trash in the beginning. 3 verses. You know what I'm saying? Then at the end,
And
yeah,
the
you know what it
outro.
is, dog. You know
Man,
what it is.
everybody
You know what I'm
shouting
saying?
out.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Shout out
bro.
my dudes.
Man,
you know what I'm saying? On the block. Y'all know what it is, man. West side, east side. Yo, you know what I'm saying? Like,
That's kind of
a lot
a
of words.
Yeah. Whatever that
Then you got the
is.
DJ scratching. He got his own. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Like,
And you gotta memorize the words on the junk.
Wherever that is in the 2010s, we combined that shit, and that was rap and it's 4 words. Whatever.
back.
Yeah.
well, now it's both. But now you got a Cole. Cole Yachty coming for their respect. You know what I'm saying? Gotta pay you that.
Hip hop had to, you know what I'm saying, settle in a little bit, which is exciting. You know what I mean? Like the fact that it's gone through eras, and now we get to look at all the eras existing at once, that's really cool.
Yeah. LJ said, "Damn, a 5-minute intro is crazy."
Hey, you feel me? You already know. I'm telling you.
Before the drums drop, man.
Exactly, bro.
What was that song? Papa was a Rolling Stone. How long was that intro?
That's some Temptation shit.
You know what I'm saying? It's definitely easier to write than rap.
The violin. They had to do that about 3 times before the 3rd of September before they came in.
Okay, so real quick, before we get off, what are some business practices that you guys wish
Here we go with this, man.
you would have started?
I thought he was on there. He said, "Fuck the other jet. We gonna get into my shit." I was gonna get it.
President Kid Maestro, bro.
I fuck with that. You crossing shit out, man. I thought we were gonna get into the sampling shit. My nigga said, real quick.
You know what I'm saying? What are some business practices that A, you wish you would have started earlier, or B, or you want to start in this new year?
I wish I started producing a lot more and didn't get afraid of producing the way I wanted to because of my surroundings.
I rock with that, but if you can add some nuance to it, just on like because we in a business meeting, like
Right.
if thinking about the business side of that answer, if it is, but the question is more so like business practices, like, you know what I'm saying, like things revolving around all the stuff we talked about, the money.
I wish I
you know what I'm
had,
saying?
I do wish I had more, like, back then I wish I had more representation for myself as a producer when I was just being a producer. I did wish that I had more representation that actually put me out there as a producer and me not having to do it all by myself. I do wish I had that.
Yeah,
I have it now, but
So how does that translate to like a practice though?
being more adamant in finding that person. I didn't really give a damn. I knew what I wanted, but I was just like, it is what it is type shit. Like,
so just to clarify, you're saying that the practice or the finding of representation and expanding your representation. Okay, I feel that. Yeah. Say the question one more time, kid. Since you just love it so much.
What are some business practices that you wish you would have started earlier, or business practices you want to start in 2024?
Okay. Why don't you go first, kid? Give us an example. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So for me,
go second. You know?
yeah. So for me, one of the things that is actually the answer to both. One of the things I wish I would have started a lot earlier is, like really being intentional about documenting things that I want to write off. When it comes tax time, because there's been a couple years, and why I say it's an answer to both is because I have started that, but I wasn't super intentional, you know what I'm saying, on it throughout the year. So a lot of times for the past couple years, tax time has come around and I'm like rushing to go through like my QuickBooks and make some rules or whatever, because like, and that takes like forever because it's a whole year's worth of stuff. So there's a lot of stuff that I miss or I'm just skipping or saying whatever. And I feel like I'm paying way more taxes because, you know, for, you know, niggas like us, there's no refund check type situation. So having better practices around tracking my mileage, all of that, because all that stuff adds up. And, you know, the accounting game is real. And, you know, and like,
get a Tesla, my G.
Yeah, exactly. And the more money you start to get, the more we working with these companies. Yeah. It's crazy. They got the nerve to send you a damn W-9 and all that. They want to pay you late. Come on, get out of here, bro. But anyway, they send you W-9, so they reporting that they paid you. And you know what I'm saying? You getting that money, but we got it mad late, so you know niggas not saving the tax amount because we done in debt and we need to like pay for shit. So like those little things that help, I feel like I wish I would have like been more serious about earlier. Because because I feel like my habits would have been better by the time now. But we improving that in the next year.
I super fuck with that. I think on my end, what I wish, and I don't know if this is a business practice per se, but I wish foundationally, and I really don't know how to say this. There's a better way to say this, but I'm gonna say it like this because I can't think of a better way. But I think foundationally, I could have took a little bit of the love out of what I do. I think that not ruined, but it allowed me to devalue myself, to not even thinking about getting paid for this, and at some point to feel guilty about like getting paid for like doing shit, which now I'm definitely on the other side of that. But those effects still linger on how I value myself, how I charge for my services, all of that stuff. And so getting representation, definitely unique. What you spoke to definitely helps with that. I ain't got to nickel and dime with niggas. I could just have a price and somebody can tell that price. But I think up front, if I would have been more business minded into it instead of love minded, like I did thousands of hours of sessions. I did way beyond intern level sessions for free just because it was in my mom's house and I loved it, and I didn't have to pay for anything, so I didn't, and I had a job, and so I was like, all right, bet, like let's do this. But that years later seriously devalued. Like now, now I'm dealing with those effects. And so I guess that could be my jump moving forward too, is like foundationally, like, of course I'm gonna still love it, but like foundationally, like being able to remove love and business, or not remove, but separate love and business a little bit more. I think that would be my jump.
Yeah. All right. Say the question one more time, kid. I just keep forgetting.
Yeah.
It wasn't. I'll be honest, the question is mid, so I'm just following through.
Bro, this question is mad helpful, bro. Y'all about to watch out for these incoming gems. You know what I mean? So, what are some business practices you wish you would have started earlier, and or would like to start in 2024?
Okay. Okay. Business practices.
Bro, we got the song pulled
take
up to
notes.
this.
Hey, sit up, bro. Yeah, man. Let me just get to it, bro.
Nigga,
Just out of respect, bro. I got love for kid, man. So we gonna do this. Bro.
Super president move, bro. You're a step.
Man, you know what I'm saying? You're a kid, yo. All right. This is a an intermediate question. I think for me, the always evolving adjustment for me is like the balance between James, I make mad beats, and unapologetic, right? And the fact that like, I'm at a point in my career and in running this where it's just necessary to continue to refine the differences between James, I make mad beats, and unapologetic. And to add some specificity to that, to maintain and further define boundaries between James's money, I make mad beats' money, and unapologetic's money. And all the things that were fine around that. So for me, it's just like, it is, and the key element to maintaining those distances is honestly scaling the business in a way that allows me to live. See, that's the thing. If I don't scale this business, like, then I'm not creating room for James. Like, that's it. Like, if I have to be all the roles I was 5 years ago for this business, I have no time to be James. You know what I'm saying? Because I didn't have time to be James back then. This is why most of y'all never even knew my name until Facebook forced me to change it and make it James. You know what I'm saying? Because I just didn't have time to be James. And now when you become a dad, you need to be James sometimes. And so for me, it is, 2024 for me is going to be my Steve Jobs mode, which is going out, recruiting, finding the right people and the right organizations that land us with what we need, the resources that we need to scale this place, have us running less off of desperation and more off of visionary decisions that allow me the time and the space to be James. That would be my answer to this 6.5 ask question. You know?
Man, 6.5 question.
So hearing everybody's
with 12.5
answers.
gems, you know what I mean? You're welcome.
Hearing everybody's answers. But yeah, hearing everybody's responses, I do wish that I had my paperwork together back then as I do now. I do wish I was a lot more knowledgeable in the steps that I needed to take to even put music out there, so I would have my ass covered just in case somebody tried to take my shit or something. I mean, I'm better at that now, but I do wish I practiced not doing things like C Major said out of the love of people or just because they was homies and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, we can do this shit, you know, I'm down, you know what I'm saying? Then folks started taking advantage of the fact that I do this shit for real and be like, hit me up just on some, oh, let's do this. We did this song before. And it's like, well, times were different then. Like, I'm not that same artist today. So I do wish I had put my foot down on the business side as much as I do now. So yeah, and that's another reason why a lot of those same artists, because I used to work with a lot of artists, and those same lots of artists that I used to work with, they particularly rather not work with me anymore because of those boundaries that I've set, you know, for myself and for my business and my artistry, and I'm cool with it. Love y'all.
Bro, that's a whole other aspect. Like artists working with businesses as an artist is one thing, but then like doing business with other artists, like that's a whole other like episode like to consider.
Absolutely. Well, I mean, so Type Beat is about an hour and a half. We're at an hour and 22 minutes. We roughly have an hour and 23 minutes. We have about 7 minutes. Is there any other topic that was actually a better topic to discuss that we want to discuss in the last 7 minutes? You know what I'm saying?
So let's look through. You know what I'm saying? We be like
Sample joint.
talk about. Okay, all right. So I didn't want to do this one at this point because only because I feel like this is a whole episode, bruh. Like I wanted to like really break this down, listen to examples, see like if niggas had a case. You know what I mean? But you know,
I don't understand.
Yeah, you played the shit though.
Yeah. So all right. So there's a lawsuit going on. Hold on. Let me just make sure I got this right. Okay. So Bad Bunny and mad other artists, it's like 1,800 songs that are in question, right? But multiple artists are being sued by Cleveland Brown and the estate of the late Wycliffe Johnson, who under the name Steely and Clevey recorded the song.
Clevey is crazy.
They recorded the song Fish Market for the well-known reggaeton rhythm. And they're suing these people for the drum pattern, basically. And like I said, there's 1,800 other songs that are coming under fire because of this. So if they win,
those are just the 1,800 that have been publicized.
Exactly that we know of. It's a whole genre of music, and so they're calling Bad Bunny. They're calling for the judge to just throw away the case because it could undermine the whole genre, right? But I don't know. You know what I'm saying? The fact that I feel like we thought that Marvin Gaye estate was not going to win against Robin Thicke and Pharrell for Blurred Lines. They didn't even like actually copy any like patterns. It was just a feeling. Like they used a bottle, and you know what I'm saying? It just had a vibe and lost. Like
I want to review the that case because that feels very hard to believe. Like when you say something like, honestly, man, it was sued off just a feeling. What?
That
can't be it.
I feel like that's what we got to review it, but I definitely think that's what it was. That's why it was so groundbreaking. Like that Blurred Lines doesn't. Blurred Lines doesn't take any progression, anything from that. Couldn't even like there wasn't no Marvin Gaye's this song that was compared to it. It was just Marvin Gaye. It's like Marvin Gaye estate. Like this shit.
I gotta review.
It's like I think it was a song. It was the song where
it was a specific
like
song,
the one where like they use the bottle that's in Royal Studios now, like the little Coke bottles to make the tick, 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 or whatever.
Were they
You know what I mean?
What was the sound again? Oh, do it again one more
I'm really trying to figure out what song this nigga talking about. This man ain't playing with
Let
me,
me just
bro.
pull it up real quick.
Yeah, on that note, it's the end of something.
Nigga sound like Vanilla Ice.
Robin Thicke.
It was what was it was that. Yeah, right. It was that.
Got to give it up.
Yeah.
Damn, LJ said you got a kneel on business.
Come on.
Shout out to LJ, man. My nigga.
Period. Hope you feel better, man. Shit.
They won the case.
I wanted to flex on you today, bro. You know what I'm saying? LJ, I was coming in. Yo, what up, son? What up, son? You know
Got the
what I mean?
yadas.
Butters.
Not the yadas.
Got the butters.
Sorry, yo, damn.
Mad brick, yo.
Period. Melting on the pavement. Don't play with
No,
them.
just nothing. Just got out of Rikers.
Come on.
Nigga came out of Rikers with the freshest pair of Timbs. That's how you know that. That's how you know my nigga was getting money on the outside. Came out with the freshest pair of Timbs. You feel me?
No bumps and bruises, nigga.
Damn, T.I. got off clear. He didn't get sued for that joint. He got held not liable.
He was on Blair Lines?
Yeah.
T.I. was on Blair Lines?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The fuck? Where did you fit on that pause? All right, but now you played the Steely Cleavy jump though, Steve, whatever the fuck. But that I ain't gonna lie though. If it's just a pattern, that's crazy. But them the exact same drums I be hearing in all the songs, which makes me believe all of them junts is a interpolation of that sample, like they actually might be sampling. Like I ain't never even seeing niggas make reggaeton junts. I really ain't never seen a nigga play that pattern. Like most of the time that shit is a loop. Like and does that loop like sample that beat? Cause them drums sound the exact same as like.
Hold on.
I feel like.
No, go ahead.
I feel like those were they recorded that. That's the only reason why they have room to, or they really don't have room to sue, but they recorded that. How do we know before that recording there weren't somebody's other drum patterns that they replicated and now trying to?
But that was a part of the argument that like on some like Michael Jackson moonwalk type shit. Like Michael Jackson gets credit for the moonwalk, but he saw some kids do that.
Literally.
You know what I'm saying? And like,
but what I'm saying is all of these, or if not all 1,800 of these joints, at least half of these motherfuckers has to have a direct sample of like them drums, like that loop.
It was interesting.
Them niggas finna bag up.
I don't know if it was like at least what I played. I don't know if that was just like on some other side of the record type jump, but the fact that it was an instrumental jump too, just kind of made me be like, oh man.
Like when I heard it, I was like, damn, that's the exact same texture and like tonality. So that's where they might have something.
I don't know, bro. I don't know, bro.
Yeah,
it had some other genres, but I'm pretty sure it's a break.
All right, I always thought like the foundation of reggae / and dancehall. Well, not reggae is is slow and bass. You know what I'm saying? But dancehall, like when essentially when reggae went pop, right, was
literally,
and then reggaeton was. Right. Okay, what you played earlier
didn't sound like that.
No,
it
did. Hey, fam.
Like the drums weren't even the same at all. No, they really weren't.
Plus the drums I be hearing, they'll be like keyboard drums. That was a nigga on some drums.
Man,
Like,
for real.
Let's see.
It had like other shit going, but that's it.
Okay, pause that. So what's happening there is boom, da, da, da.
Yeah.
Boom,
No, I'm hearing.
Play it again.
Yeah.
Throw it. Kick. Okay, that's what I'm saying.
It's in the snare.
It is what it is.
Okay, it's the same rhythm, but that's not the same drum pattern.
At all.
Meaning, like, okay, it is. But what I'm saying is that this is kick.
Where the kick?
They're doing kick, snare, kick, snare.
Yep.
Kick, snare, kick, snare. I'm saying it's kick, snare, kick.
I see what you're saying. Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Like, so now that's not the same pattern. It might be the same rhythm. That's not the same pattern. The kick only lands on the one.
I hear it.
In dance reggaeton, it comes in on the two.
Oh no, bro. I think
it's auxiliary and that nigga.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna have to send it to you.
Yeah, we gotta hear it on here, but it's the exact same thing. It's just an auxiliary nigga.
But nah. But I'm telling you, where's the kick? The kick's on. Okay, in reggaeton, right? The kick is on the 1 and the 2 and the 3 on the 4. It's on this one, it's kick. That's not on the 1 and the 2.
Put it up on the bass, so we can hear it.
Send it through?
You know what I'm saying?
Let's send it through. iPhones might be lying to us. What I'm
I just texted to you.
come on, man, I ain't got that. You got it.
Well, is your Wi-Fi on? I didn't see you.
Let me turn the Wi-Fi on. I don't know if I want to turn the Wi-Fi on. All right, this on YouTube? What's the name of this?
Steely and Clevey Fish Market.
That's so crazy. They should lose this off of that name.
That's what we suing over?
The second one was what I was playing.
All right, cool. Okay.
Yeah, it's just the bass making it.
That's it.
But they got like but they got like auxiliary progression doing crazy shit with it though.
I hear that doing.
I can't say that's the same jump though, bro.
Yeah.
Because like you got that one kick and then you got that like Tom-esque jump hitting it too.
Yeah.
That low tom. That's not it. Nah, bro. And then in reggaeton, it be the same kick.
Yeah,
it don't be no different kick.
Power jump. It be a power
That's why I was
jump.
wondering if that was the kick, because this shit low-fi as hell. I was wondering if that was just the bass and not the kick. Like if it was the first one is the kick and the bass, and the second one is just the kick, and the bass is what giving it that low end.
It be the same jump.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That ain't it, bro. Y'all niggas about to lose.
Okay.
I feel like they gonna get something.
It would be a win if they. It would be a win for music if they lose. But hearing it's not as. I don't know if it's as straightforward as I thought it was.
Somebody done directly sampled this shit. And they finna get something out there.
Now that person about to lose.
Yeah. No, straight up.
That person about to lose. If you recorded that, Johnny,
they just put a blanket just to catch a couple. They threw the net out. They ain't finna catch 1,800, but they finna get about 4.
That was kind of interesting too. I mean, I know we be in the streets when it come to like sampling until you get to a certain level. But once you get to that level, bro, they be coming after their money, bro. I was kind of just glancing over how much like Pharrell and Robin Thicke had to pay. Like it's just like $5 million off top. Then you gotta retroactively pay the royalties plus a 25% interest.
Damn.
It was crazy. Like
they made it for inflation.
Yeah, bro. And then it was like they had to pay him separately, like each of their publishing company. Bro, it was kind of brutal.
Them niggas just spent their money. That shit gone. You're like, God damn, nigga, I gotta get my Ferrari back. But they ain't paying that shit, nigga. Whoever the label is.
Yeah, they made a deal. It's like we just give you something happy or something.
Shit might win.
Damn.
Nigga, I'll make another happy, nigga. Say it, we good.
That's crazy.
They don't perform that song, bro. Imagine making a hit and now that joint just like soured. You know what I mean? Like,
Bro, that's you know who I'm gonna tell you who suffered the worst with that. Man, hold on. I'm gonna tell you the worst story that I ever heard. Let me play this joint, bro.
Is it Ice MC Hammer? Which one?
What's his name?
It's gotta be Cisco. That's my guess.
Nope. I mean, okay, now that was pretty Cisco that was pretty bad.
Cisco got fucked up.
That might be all right, no respect.
That nigga dancing in the video and shit too.
Yeah, that was tough.
I know he went right out of that shit,
you know what I'm saying?
Woo! Damn. Pharoah Monch got hit up. Woo!
Bro,
shit.
you never heard the story of this?
No.
Nah, I ain't got it either.
They tried to.
This is their only song.
I don't even know this nigga name. I just know this beat.
This is the song that was supposed to crack him out of the underground, right? And like, this song was huge. Like
for real.
It was huge. But check this out. Raucous, the label that put it out, right? Apparently, they were in negotiations for it, right? And I think they asked for it's a Godzilla sample, right?
Shout out to Godzilla.
Yeah. Apparently, I think they asked Pharaoh's on, you can just Google it. He's on YouTube talking about it. But they asked for like 40 G's, right? The Godzilla people. And Rockets was like, hell nah, man. Because they was just on some underground, they was like, yo, we not doing it. We just putting this out, you know, whatever, you know what I'm saying, type stuff. This song with 86,000 platinum, you know what I'm saying, right? And then after that, now Godzilla was like, hey, dog, we want everything. And so Pharaoh be telling the story of like, bro, he could have lived the rest of his life off of this one song had they just paid the 40 G's. But now he don't get no royalties from this song.
Shit.
None.
That's terrible.
Now, for me, that's the worst because he's not Pharrell. He never achieved the financial success of Pharrell or Cisco.
Yeah, bro.
You know what I'm saying? So like that was like not just a life changer. That's your kids and their kids' life changer. It just
shit.
But you know who did get that once in a lifetime chance? That all they had to do was one motherfucking movie. The boy who played Michael Jackson.
What? This is the most random fact.
I was just thinking about his story, and I was like, yo, like damn, like he got fucked like for the rest of his life. But
What happened? What?
no, I'm talking about Pharaoh. But like even though he's an actor, I know it's kind of like different from a producer, but even as an actor, like he only had to do one movie and got set for the rest of his life. The guy who played the young Michael Jackson, I think he was in ATL too.
Yeah, I know someone. He
Like
doing some other stuff too, though.
Yeah, but he didn't have to though.
Yeah.
And it's unfortunate, like how some situations, like whether in music or not, like some situations can set you up for life to where you don't have to do anything if you don't want to for the rest of your life. Your kids will be straight and all that stuff. And then you have situations that'll just crash your whole world and you can't even touch where you were at. You know what I'm saying?
Damn, Godzilla. I was just finna shout out Godzilla too. I went and saw -1 last weekend with the fam. That was a great ass movie. But damn, nigga, fuck Godzilla. That's crazy. They took all my nigga shit. That's crazy.
They took everything.
That's crazy.
All that song made like millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars. You know what I'm saying? And all they had to pay was that $40K for the clearance.
Man, we say all they had to pay now, but $40K.
Yeah, but man, I'm telling you, like.
Marcus, though.
Nah, he had a label, yeah.
I mean, like, no, let me be clear. Yeah, I feel you on that. Like, but Raucus was a very successful independent label.
See,
like, Raucus put out Most Def, black on both sides. Like, they had the money. It wasn't like they didn't have the money.
Okay,
they could have did that.
I'm thinking they like unapologetic.
No,
like,
nah. Raucus, come on, man. Raucus paid for an Eminem verse. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, nah, that Raucus had the money for sure, and they just decided not to.
Wow.
Ah, damn.
Man, you got to score with Rockets.
Man, what?
Bro,
like, straight up.
And
Every
then
time
the
I
fact
see
that when that's your breakthrough jaunt, you gotta keep performing it, because that's where everybody came to see.
Like, that's how you gonna get paid.
Bro, I DJ'd South by Southwest Showcase. Kweli, Jean Grey, Black Milk, Pharoah Monch. Pharoah Monch did not perform that song. He could get hit legally.
Oh, he can't even perform.
No.
God damn.
God, that's only gonna make that money.
Nah. I mean, well, okay, either he can't perform it or he won't perform it.
Yeah, because of
that.
that.
I feel like young shit. I wouldn't either.
But like, it's crazy. Like this song hit Mongolia. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, and you just got to act like it never happened.
Ooh.
It's crazy. Like, damn.
Damn, that's a crazy ass flip too.
Yeah. I remember being like, bro, underground dudes is getting played in the club. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, it was hilarious. Cause people, I remember that. That was such a moment because, like, for us, for people who were like backpack-esque, you know what I'm saying? That was such a moment because it was like, you know, going to the club and like hearing like Sean Paul, you know what I'm saying? Hearing Beyonce, hearing whatever was popping, and then and then people being like, "Yo, y'all heard of this new artist, Pharoah Monch?" I'd be like, "New artist? They may have been around since '92, bro. Like, what you talking about?" But again, like, you know,
this was the one, bro. Man had
that was
shot,
it, bro. That was his shot, bro. Like
That's crazy.
the money they could have made off that would have changed. It not only would have changed his career, it would have changed Rawkus. Like Rawkus would have became like
on some Def Jam type shit. Rocket.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Wouldn't have been no Rockefeller.
No, most Def song was ever that big. No Black Star song was ever that big. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Bro, that shit poetic as hell. Godzilla really came through and wrecked that shit.
Crazy.
That's crazy.
Bro, a 40G clearance license, and I wonder how much they was asking for the percentage too. Like, just like on the writers, like, what was they trying to?
Damn. LJ said, "Nigga, beatboxing every beat from now on." That's tough.
Hey man, but we know Pharoah Monch's name today. You know what I mean? All he had to do was just make another.
I ain't gonna
joint,
lie,
you know
I ain't know the nigga name. I knew the beat, but
That's all I know. I ain't even gonna lie. You told me something.
I don't know none of the words.
Yeah, I ain't
know
know.
his
I ain't
name.
know niggas rapped on that joint. I thought it was the instrumental. But that shit hard
I
though.
thought Pharoah Monch was the producer.
Nigga, I ain't never seen the name. I just heard the beat, bro.
That's all I knew was the beat.
He made the beat. Okay, damn.
I ain't know
He
that
about to get all the money.
Oh,
The producer royalties. He did everything.
Bro, this is not funny, bro. This is
Damn,
crazy.
You shouldn't have sampled that ass. Damn.
Nah, he should have just. They should have just
Just paid the $40K.
Yeah,
Damn.
and he would literally be like,
This
$1
nigga
million.
made the
Like,
beat. That's a crazy.
That's fucked up.
That's crazy.
That's tough.
Did he ever have any other like junts that like you know what I'm saying that people?
Nah.
Damn.
No.
He was here.
No.
He about to smack your ass.
Serious.
No, you talking to Pharoah? Yo, did you ever have it? No, nigga.
That was it.
Yo, we need Vlad to interview, bro.
Yo, did
Yo, did you ever have it? Did you
ever like make any other
Any-
song?
Nigga, I come across this camera.
Oh damn. Well,
Shit.
hey man, clear your samples. You know what I mean?
Damn.
That no
Get your business together. Back.
Get your business in order.
your
You
business
might
in
end up like
order.
Pharoah Monch.
Man, shit. You know what I'm saying? On that note, man, it's been another interesting interview with the fam here. You know what I'm saying? Another episode of Type Beat. It's the last one of the year. Obviously, as the year ends in 3 minutes.
Period.
2023. Y'all got any last words for 2023?
Handle your business. No, but for real though, like, yeah, no, I don't.
Fuck all the deep shit in 2024, bro. Let's have fun, nigga. Fuck, like for real, bro. I need
Period,
deep
though.
ass quotes and shit, bro. Niggas always, bro. Fuck that shit.
Niggas
I'm just
been
trying to
deep all
have. Bro.
2023.
I'm about to
goddamn.
enjoy life in 2024 at all costs, bro.
Period.
By all means necessary,
By
bro.
all means.
Period.
You got
5 ways or
Yeah,
another.
man.
You feel me?
Yeah, I just feel like creativity is the most important and most significant gift that we have. So make sure you utilize it, or you probably won't be as fulfilled in life as you could be.
You can be working in construction.
Man, I think for me, this year I just learned to redefine what it is to move with intention. A heightened intention. To leave. I think I've learned how to audit myself and find things that I am doing with no intention. And then to put intention behind those things. So intention would be the word for me for 2023. In 2024, the word is
The streets.
and on that note, if you didn't hear that, oh well, I did. And on that note, this has been the last episode of Type B for 2023. 2024, we coming in crazy. We got producers on deck. Big shout out my man Jackson. We got new things and new topics and new ideas that we're going to actually implement in the functionality of this thing. We're going to take this to the next level. Believe it or not, this has all been like the longest practice run ever. And next year we take everything to the next level. So, yeah. On that note, man, my name is I Make Mad Beats, and behind me,
Unique, period.
C major. I'm wearing black socks again. If anybody else.
What?
So, yeah.
Bro, this man fresh as
This
hell.
nigga fresh as hell with the black socks on.
My name
This
is
nigga
Kid
don't wear black
Maestro.
socks, y'all. We just
You know what I mean?
yes,
got Nikita in the corner. Come on.
indeed.
That was a
Nikita's
crazy
on
look that
deck.
she just gave us. I don't like that.
That's
Now
what's
hold
up.
on. Well, before let me shout out Nikita real quick. 'Cause she kind of been pivotal.
Man,
Yeah,
what?
sit down. Come here.
Man, come on.
Come on, sit down.
Come on.
Come on, Nikita.
Siéntate, por favor.
Seat is already warm.
You know what I mean? Nikita,
Just kid
say
parking
something
it.
for the good people,
Say
the type
something
beat.
for the people.
Something for the people.
Kid, you got to move out the way, man.
Yeah. You see number jacket.
You gotta hold the mic.
I don't want to hold the mic.
Damn.
I'm holding the mic. Okay.
You got any words for 2023 and 2024?
No. Let's get it.
Let's get it.
Let's get
Period.
this shit. Let's get
Get
Nikita
this
is
shit.
our program manager.
Ew.
Hot over here.
She's the one that's been organizing like our producer challenges. She's been bringing various community-oriented organizations through,
Various community.
and honestly bringing a lot of kids through to like be able to take advantage and for them to see that they're creative people here on the ground doing dope shit here in this joint. You know what I'm saying? So I want to check her out and be seeing more of her. You know what I mean?
Yo, loosely saying bringing a lot of kids through. It's crazy, but we gonna end the stream, bro, before we get on some Diddy shit over here, bro.
I was trying not to say that.
Hey, man. All right. You know what I'm saying?
Why
On
you
that
looking at me
note,
like that, bro?
on that note, y'all be safe in these streets. Stay dangerous or stay safe.
My fault. My bad.
Man, have a great last few moments of 2023. Let's do what we got to do in 2024. Make it a great one. Y'all be safe, man. Or stay dangerous. Or do both. Peace.
Bitch, are you jealous?
Oh shit. Here we go again.